doing Unit 14 today, and let's start with the assessment guidance. The work must demonstrate that the learners have achieved the learning outcomes at the standards stated by each of the assessment criteria. That is how we are supposed to do the work as well. I make my slides according to the indicative content and the respective assessment criteria as well, and we do the assignments too. Learners will need to agree with the tutors, appropriate organizations on which to base their study. Tutors need to ensure that the organization chosen are suitable. SMEs or the small medium enterprises are recommended as larger organizations are often too complex and assessing the information required can be challenging. So we do have a choice that we can use multinational company, but it is going to be risky as well. So what I can do is for you people, when I'll be sending you to the document after doing the respective task 1, 2, 3, and 4. We will be sharing list of the SMEs plus MNCs, and whatever you think you can go and grasp data accordingly, we will choose those organizations. In this course, we're having 3 learning outcomes from LO1 to LO3 in respective assessment criteria. Then right underneath the specification, we are having the indicative content. For today's class, I've only planned 2 of the assessment criteria, that is 1.1 and 1.2. And those, the lecture, the slide, is exactly made from the indicative content. First of all, we will start with the definition of the managing quality, that what actually it means. It involves overseeing the processes, systems, and activities within an organization to ensure that the products or services met predefined standards and satisfy consumer requirements. So what in general managing quality is when we want to satisfy the consumer needs and wants, plus we want to gain the profit maximization and abnormal profits of the organizations. What we do, we do the increment of the managing quality. We increase the quality of our products and services at the same time, and we feel and we expect that the consumers are going to be happy now and the sales are going to be boosted ultimately. It encompasses the various aspects such as planning, that is planning of the product, controlling each and every raw material, what is coming in, what is going out, budget, finance, everything. Assurance, that is the what do we call it, a kind of warranty, or we can say like we assure something that everything is going to be perfect, it is going to be up to mark. And improvement of the quality throughout the organization. That is not only one department, the quality check department, all of the departments are going to be included in this aspect. That is what managing quality is. These are the key components of the managing quality, which includes quality planning, control, assurance. These are the definitions, basically continuous improvement and consumer focus. One by one, we will be discussing these as well. Quality planning, defining the quality objectives, standards, and the processes to meet the consumer needs and expectations. This involves establishing quality policies, identifying resources, and creating the action plans. So individually, what the quality planning means, in this, what are we doing? We're making the policies, that is strategies, then resources, whether we are going to opt for the primary resources, whether we are going to opt for the secondary resources, it depends on the making of the product. And creating the action plans, that is the plan, the objective goals, how we are going to achieve it. Everything is going to be in that. Quality control, monitoring and inspecting products or services during the production or delivery to ensure that they meet the quality standards. This may involve techniques such as statistical process control, inspections, and testing. Now, these are the kinds of methods through which we check the quality of the product and services, whatever we are producing at the quality control check. That is why there is always an designation in the organization of quality control inspectors. This is their responsibility to check whether it met these standards or not. They assure it. Quality assurance, implementing the systems and procedures to ensure that the quality standards are consistently met. That is, everything should be in gradual and smooth manner for a longer period of time. It shouldn't be for once or once in a while. This includes audits, that is check and balance, documentation, the paperwork, training the employees, training the workers, and the heads as well, and the compliance with regulatory requirements, that is the laws and regulations. Compliance, regulations, regulatory requirements, these are all the laws and regulation abide by the government, which we need to follow as an organization. And if we don't follow it, what happens? We pay heavy fines and taxes or penalties too. Then we have continuous improvement, seeking opportunities to enhance processes, products, or services over time. That is, we want to be successful in the field, in the industry, in the market. So, what we can do is we need to improve ourselves for a longer period of time and in each and every aspect. It shouldn't be stated or stopped. This involves analyzing the performance data, that is the performance data of the workers, of the products, both. Identifying areas for improvement. If you think there are the weaknesses, there is lag, you should improve it. Implementing the changes when we diagnose the problem, then there is the need of a change as well. So we're going to do that. And evaluating the effectiveness of the improvement. That is specifically adding the SMART rule in your organization. That is specific, measurable, accurate, reliable, and time frame period. That is necessary. Consumer focus, placing emphasis on understanding and meeting consumer needs and expectations. That is what they are demanding from us as the from the perspective of a producer. What do you think? You are the brand owner of a perfume shop, and you are going to produce only those things which are liked and accepted by the consumers, the things which are demanded by them. Now there are the kinds of consumers, one are which are quite quality controlled persons, one are they only want the luxurious products and so on. So we have to produce accordingly. This includes gathering feedback, addressing complaints, and striving for the consumer satisfaction. We gain the feedback from the consumers. Once we gain that, then definitely we improve our products. And if it's a 1 by or 10 on 10, then we give a good rating to the product as well. And if we find any complaints, we improve it. Okay. So this was just a general idea about the subject. We are going to talk about the same terms again and again throughout LO3 till LO3 basically. So 1.1 says, evaluate theories of quality management used by organization. The command verb evaluate means examine the strengths and weaknesses, arguments for, against, similarities and differences, judge the evidence from the different perspectives, that is the judgment, and make a valid conclusion or reason. Now, let me repeat it again. In your assignment, what you could do is for the command verb evaluate, you can break the command verb in your assignment document, that is the Word document. First, when the question starts, for example, the same question, evaluate theories of the whatever it was, start with the heading of introduction. Now, introduction, you can give the definitions, examples, importance. Then moving towards the second part, that is the main body text. Now, in this, you have to add the heading of strengths, then weaknesses. Give the explanation plus examples. Examples are required in each and every point and aspect as well. Then you can, and if you want, then you can go for similarities and differences. Okay. Intro, strength and weaknesses, similarities and differences. These are three headings. And you can make them five as well. If you want to break strength separately, weakness separately, similarities separately, and differences too. Then judge the evidence means judgment. Add the judgment heading and at the end conclusion. That's it. This is how you can definitely gain full score in your course if you follow the exact method of the command verbs to be followed. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, let's read the 1.1 again so that I don't miss the track. Evaluate theories of quality management used by the organization. Now we are going to study about the theories which are stated by the scientists and the researchers. And these are about the quality management, that is the quality control. And these are used by the organizations. I think in the in assessment criteria 1.2, I'll be sharing the example and real life organization context, Apple and Google, I think. So we will be watching the demonstration too. Okay. Theming theory. It was developed first, we will do the background and then we will be going towards strengths and weaknesses. It was developed by W. Edwards Deming. This theory emphasizes the importance of continuous improvement, the first thing, statistical methods, and management role in fostering quality. So the first we get to know that it was developed by this person, and then what are the key aspects of this theory? We will be talking about the importance of improvement, that how we can improve the product and the performance of the people too, statistical methods. These are all numerical, and management role in fostering quality. That is how we can improve the management, the workers, the employees' performance in capturing good quality. Deming theory is based on 14 key principles, okay, including concepts such as constancy of the purpose, adopting systems approach, and driving out the fear. Now, these are three of the aspects of the 14 key principles which he has proposed. He advocated for the Plan, Do, Check, Act (PDCA) cycle as a framework for the continuous improvement and problem solving. So again, these are the terms and the work which he did on the basis of his theory. Deming emphasized the need for the organizations to focus on improving the processes rather than blaming individuals for errors. That is, what his critique was, that he thinks, the Deming, that the process should be up to mark rather than blaming, giving, taunting the workers, the employees, the individuals. Promoting a culture of collaboration and learning, because in this is the only way we can learn. If we're always criticizing the other humans, the other people who are working in the making of the product of an XYZ brand, then there is no need. I do understand and I do think that we should have a good conversation and discussion between the employees as well, but we should see the process as well. What were the lags through which we felt that the quality was not up to mark? For the dimming strength, it says, again, it emphasizes that is the main importance is continuous improvement and the role of management in fostering a culture of quality. The same thing which we discussed above. Advocates for the use of statistical methods for the quality control and decision making, promoting data driven approaches. Now, what he is emphasizing, as in what he is saying, that we should use statistical methods to check the quality controls. Then decision making, that is both collaborative decision, workers and the stakeholders, the heads. Then promoting data driven approaches, the one in which we do the researches first and then we do the analysis. Focuses on understanding and improving processes rather than blaming individuals for errors, fostering the teamwork and collaboration. So he is emphasizing on teamwork, collaboration, decision making, harmony, leadership, rather than blaming only one person that because of you, we failed to produce good quality product. So these are the strength of Deming theory. Weaknesses. Implementation can be challenging, especially in the organization resistant to change or lacking management commitment. Now, the organizations which are reluctant to change or which or those who don't want to change themselves or their structure, what happen is we cannot apply this theory to them. Then it requires significant investment, that is, a large amount of money is required in training and educating to ensure employees understand and embrace Deming principles. Because there were 14 key principles, and I think other things were also added in it. So it's not easy because in this we cannot blame the individuals. So it requires a lot of money for training them, for giving workshops and trainers to them. Some critiques, that is the criticism of the theory, which is very important part, argue that dimming theory may be overly prescriptive and rigid, limiting flexibility in certain contexts. That is, this is not suitable for every organizational structure or company. They could only work in certain kinds and types of organizations only, through which we think that the quality control is an important thing. And there you cannot blame the individuals. Okay?
Ma'am, I have a doubt on strengths, like one point, like
Yeah.
um, emphasize the importance of customer satisfaction, ma'am. Could you repeat again?
Customer satisfaction,
Strengths.
which was
Yeah, this one and the second one, like advocates the use of statistical methods. I didn't get that.
advocates for the use of statistical methods, the one which are numerical one, in which they can measure
Okay.
thing. It is measurable.
Hmm.
We're not going to assume in it, we're going to measure it. The
Okay.
quality is
Measure.
going to be measured. That's what second point means. And the first point means the importance that this theory, what is the speciality of this theory? The speciality of this theory is that they want to continue the improvement. They don't want lags in it. And they want the management of the role to be included in it. And that's the culture of that organization.
Hmm. And ma'am, sorry, ma'am, for the weaknesses, last point I didn't understand. It's like quality control has to be important, or like it's there's no difference like that. Like
Weaknesses,
critics
last
argue
point.
that yeah. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Critiques are the lags here. Like these are the you can say a disadvantage of this theory that this theory cannot be used on those organizations where they're not ready to change themselves. Like there are certain organizations they change themselves according to the season as well, according to the adaptability or the surroundings. So this theory is not suitable for them. This is what the critiques mean for this theory. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Now we will be doing the Jorand's theory. First, we will do the intro of it, and then the strengths and weaknesses. Joseph M. Jorand's theory of quality management focuses on meeting consumer needs and defining quality in terms of fitness for use. So, what is the focus of this theory? Just like the Deming one, it is different, but the focus is same. They want to satisfy the needs of consumers, and they are defining the quality, that is the quality through which, like the eye through which they see the quality is fitness for use, whether it is best fit for the consumers or not. Duran introduced the quality trilogy, which consists of quality, that is, this is going to have three aspects of quality. The first one is quality planning, quality control, and improvement. We already did the definitions for these in the start and before the assessment criteria 1.1. So this doesn't need any explanation. And they are interconnected processes. This is the main emphasis. His theory emphasized the importance, that is the importance of this Duran theory is top management's involvement in quality initiatives and the need for structured approach to quality management. That is, the top management, the stakeholders, the head directors, head of the department, they will all be included in the decision making part, and they are going to initiate in the quality control and quality making and the planning as well, like planning, controlling, and improvement. Duran also introduced key quality management techniques such as Pareto analysis, which prioritizes the efforts based on the most significant, important, necessary factors contributing to the quality issues. Now, one more thing which we introduced was that the key quality management technique, which is going to be the Pareto analysis, only one. This was the unique thing. In the Deming one, there were 14 points, and here there is a technique which we introduced that was Pareto analysis, and which meant that it is going to be a priority effort based on the most important factors contributing to the quality issues. That is, those things which hinder the problems in the quality control check, planning, and improvement, they are going to eliminate it. That is what the Pareto analysis is. Now we will be doing the strengths and weaknesses for it. Emphasizes the importance of consumer satisfaction and defining the quality in terms of meeting consumer needs and expectations. Both are the, you can say, vice versa thing. The importance of this theory is to satisfy the consumer at all cost, and the quality is that how they see the quality from their eyes by satisfying their needs and wants, their expectations, what they are expecting from you produce, and we are going to produce the best quality products. Introduces the concept of the quality triology, which included the improvement, control, and planning. Then it provides a practical framework for the quality management, which includes the techniques such as Pareto analysis and the Geron triology. The above one, planning, controlling, and improvement approach to the problem solving. That is, whenever we are going to encounter in any type of an organization, we are going to encounter the problems of quality control. And if we think that Duran's theory is suitable, then we are going to apply these three, the Pareto analysis and the quality triology. The weaknesses, however, it may not sufficiently addresses the role of leadership and organizational culture in driving quality improvement initiatives. Why? Because only the heads were involved in it. The upper level, upper authorities on top management level is included in the decision-making process. So it's not going to be whole culture or the people included in the decision-making or the participants. Some critiques argue that is the other theorist researchers people they argue that this theory is on technical aspects of quality management which may overlook broader systematic issues within the organization. That is, they think that those organizations which are having more oftenly technical problems more and often, they are going to utilize this theory rather than the normal organizations like that organization. Implementation may require significant time and resources. Now, when we want to apply this theory in the organization, it is time consuming, that is time taking, and resources as well. This means expensive too, particularly for the organizations without a strong quality management infrastructure. Now, they have particularly told us in this weaknesses part that those organizations which are of not strong quality management infrastructure, there is something lags in their quality assurance department and check, then definitely they cannot go for this Duran's theory. They should use the other theories. We will read those as well. Okay, and now we will be doing the third theory, that is the Fenbaum's theory. It was developed by the Armand V. Fenbaum. This theory emphasizes the total quality control, that is the TQC, as a comprehensive approach to the quality management. Now, this is only emphasizing only one thing, that is the total quality control. That is control over the whole quality check. Finbaum defined the quality as the total composite product and service characteristics of the marketing, engineering, manufacturing, and the maintenance through which the product or service in use will meet the expectations of the consumer or the customer. That is, each and everything which lies under the organization, whether it's an entity, whether it's a designation, whether it's any department, it will be under the quality control and will be, you can say, made upon the expectations of a consumer, what they are demanding from us. He introduced the concept of the hidden plant, referring to the resources wasted on correcting defects and the errors that could otherwise be used for productive purposes. Now, there are so many brands which do not waste their money on the error and repair clothes or the products. They just decompose it or they sell it just for free. And then the other retailers and the agents, they buy it from it, like they don't even buy from them, they just grasp it and they sell it on low prices, like replica dresses. It's like that. Frenbaum emphasized the importance of employee involvement. That is, he is now emphasizing the involvement and the inclusion of the employees. That is, they are also an important entity of an organization of the decision and in the aspect of quality control as well, TQC, total quality control. Consumer focus and continuous improvement in achieving and maintaining the quality excellence. This theory is emphasizing completely on the total quality control. That is why he wants that there should be the full employment involvement of the employee in the decision making, in the leadership, in the collaboration, each and everything decision making to consumer focus. That is meeting the expectations of the consumer. How? By producing only those things of up to quality which are demanded by them. And in the end, improvement. Because if you want to be successful, improvement is the continuous cycle. Then we have cross-buy theory. This was by the Philip B. Crossby, Philip B. Crossby theory of quality management centers around the concept of zero defects and the idea that the quality is free. That is what he thinks is marvelous. That there should be no room for improvement, as in defects. Everything should be perfect, 100%, 10 on 10. Because if you're producing up to the quality, you are working day and night so hard, then do you think that there must be room for improvement or defects? No. Crosby emphasized the importance of prevention over inspection, that is, beforehand take the precautionary measures. Why to waste so much money, resources, and your mind energy as well? If you're taking the steps beforehand, take the precautions, and then everything is going to be perfect. He introduced practical tools and techniques such as quality vaccine, that is the prevention, and the four absolutes of quality management. These were quality is defined as the conformance to the requirements. Quality prevention, is preferable to quality inspection. Zero defects is the performance standard, and quality is measured in monetary terms. So what he worked on two things, that is quality vaccine, that is taking the precautionary measure. And the second thing was the four absolutes of the quality management. The four absolutes were quality is defined as conformance to requirement. That is, it is the necessity of the product. When we as a producer are producing the product and conveying that to the market, to the consumers, then it is our absolute responsibility to provide it on a 100% level scale. Quality prevention is preferable to quality inspection, that is taking the precautionary measure beforehand so that there is no room for inspection. Check. Zero defects is the performance standard. That is, if you're working on a full scale and everything is going perfect, you are so confident, then definitely there's going to be zero defects. No problems, no errors. And quality is measured in monetary terms. That is, it is measurable again in terms of money. Statistical tools, which we discussed in Denham theory too. Prospect theory highlights the long-term cost saving associated with investing in quality improvement efforts and the importance of employee involvement in achieving quality goals. So ultimately, it is the investment in the quality control, and secondly, it involves the involvement of the employees too. So this is the Prospect theory. Now we will be doing the strengths and weaknesses for it. It advocates, it emphasizes, it demonstrates for a zero defect mentality, all right, and the importance of prevention over inspection, promoting a proactive approach to quality management. When we are going to inculcate these 2 points, zero defect and prevention over inspection in the organization, in any type of the organization, then what will happen? It is going to be a proactive approach. You are going ahead. It introduces the concept of quality is free, it is acceptable, emphasizing the long-term cost savings associated with investing in quality improvement. When you're going to have a good quality check and balance and your equipments are also latest one, which are checking the quality on time and in time, then definitely we are reducing the cost. Provides practical tools such as quality vaccine and the four absolutes of the quality management. We discussed that above. These are the plus points. However, the critiques argue that crossbias emphasizes on the zero defects may be unrealistic in the certain context, especially for the complex systems or the processes. Like this theory is again not applicable to each and every kind of organizations. If we're making computers, there are high chances that in one or two models of a computer or a phone, there must be a defect. Implementation may require significant cultural change and employee buy-in, particularly in organizations within a history of tolerance for defects. That is, again, if you want to implement this theory in such XYZ organization, then it is going to have a whole importance on cultural change. That is, we cannot work in one kind of or one type of people. There are going to be so many or so kinds of people, and then their minds are going to be adjusted, and that is how we're going to have the involvement of employees. Cross-buy theory may oversimplify the multifaceted nature of quality management. That is, quality management is a quite vast era. And this theory is only emphasizing on two things, zero defect and the what was that? For respect of the quality. That is a bit critique for it. Overlooking the importance of continuous improvement in consumer goods. Like a very good example I could give is of Nokia. Back in the century, it was having whole 40% of the market share. Now, nobody even uses the product of Nokia. Why? Because they were focusing only on the quality that we're producing the 100% excellent products because they were the first one to introduce the phones and etc. things. But then what happened? Apple beat because they were improving their quality, they were the niche. And now we will be doing the last theory, Ishikawa's theory. Now, Koro Ishikawa's theory of quality management is characterized by his emphasis on the importance of employee involvement. Again, this person is also uh, giving an importance to the employee that they are an important asset of an organization, and we need to involve them. Visualization of the problems, that is, we need to visualize them. We need to before it even happened, like it come into existence, the problems, we can visualize it that if we take step A, step B, step C, we can have these problems as well. And root cause analysis. If this problem occurs, then what is the root cause? Why this happened? He introduced the fishbone diagram, okay, that is also known as the Ishikawa diagram. It is as a tool for identifying and visualizing root causes of problems. Now, what was his emphasis? He made a diagram of it, and that diagram was known as fish diagram and on his name as well. Facilitating the structured problem solving and decision making process. Why he made this diagram? Because it helped in problem solving techniques and decision making processes. Okay. He emphasized the interconnectedness of the quality issues within the organizations. That is, the problem lie under the organization, within the premises of an organization, rather than it comes out of the organization. And the need for systematic rather than symptomatic solutions. That is, we can say that the problems which arose or arise as a monotonous issues, like we are using method A, B, C, and we know that this problem will occur. That this theory is not going to be applicable in that environment. His theory promotes a bottom-up approach to the quality improvement. Bottom-up approach, that is from the employers, from the lower levels to the upper levels. That is the head of directors, head of the department. Encouraging employees at all levels to participate in problem solving. That is, if they occur and if they find any problem, they know how to tackle it. They can propose the solutions as well. And continuous improvement initiatives. That is, giving their feedback, giving their output again and again. And in this way, the improvement is going to take place. It introduces the concept, now we are doing the strengths, of the fishbone diagram or the Ishikawa diagram as a tool for identifying and visualizing root causes of the problems. So the two terms which he used, tool for identifying and visualizing the root causes of problems. So problem was the main hit in his theory. Emphasizes the importance of employee involvement, that is from each and every bottom to up to bottom, and engagement in quality improvement initiatives, that is how we can increase the quality, and promoting a bottom-up approach, that is from down to up. It focuses on the interconnectedness of the quality issues within the organizations and the need for systematic rather than symptomatic solutions. The same things, now we will be doing the weaknesses. Ishikawa theory may lack a strong emphasis on quantitative methods. That is, if you remember, we did the quantitative methods through which we measure the quantity rather than the quality. That is the measuring techniques. And statistical techniques, again, the one which we have numerics in it, for quality improvement, potentially limiting its effectiveness in certain contexts. That is, again, it is not acceptable in each and every environment and organization too. Implementation may require significant time and resources to train employees in Ishikawa problem-solving techniques and foster a culture of continuous improvement. That is, it is expensive because we have to train the people as well, and we are using the resources too. Some critics argue that Ishikawa's theory may not sufficiently address the role of leadership and management in driving quality initiative, although they are using and involving the lower level staff as well, that is the bottom staff as well in the decision making. But again, the critique is that it is not sufficiently addressing the role of leadership. Why? Because leaders are they can be from any department, from any levels, but they should always be from the upper levels because they have more experience. And management in driving the quality initiatives, potentially leading to inconsistent or ad hoc implementations. That is, inconsistent ad hoc, both are the synonyms of each other. That is, we're not going to be continuous, we're not going to be consistent in it, there are going to be problems and lags. So this was the whole, you can say, a kind of summary of what is in the assessment criteria 1.1. Analyze, I think this was from new specification and the word compare was from the old specification. And I combined it and we will be studying it accordingly. Analyze and compare the effectiveness of the approaches. Approaches, theories, both are the same word. Okay, the approaches, the theories which we just did right now, this is the extension of that question. To quality management used by a named organization. I chose Google and I think Apple. And in your assignment class, I'll give you the example of an SMEs plus Amazon and enablers. It is going to be a good comparison. Analyze means breaking the subject or complex situations into separate parts and examine each part in detail, that is, detailed explanation of each and every component with examples and importance. Identify the main issues, that is, the main problems, and show how the main ideas are related to practice and why they're important. Reference to current research or theory may support the analysis. Compare means examine the subjects in detail, looking at similarities and differences. So the students whose question is going to be compare the theory effectiveness within XYZ organization, you are going to see the similarities and differences. And for the analyze one, you are going to have a detailed answer. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will be doing on Apple and Google. We already did the definition beforehand. Quality planning. Again, these points are from your indicative content. Both Apple and Google place a strong emphasis on quality planning to ensure that their products and services meet consumer expectation. That is what they both want. They want that the consumer should be satisfied at all cost. Apple's approach to quality planning involves meticulous design and development processes. That is, every year they have to bring up with the new phone and the new system. That is why their main focus is on the design and development. However, okay, the difference is on the next line, focusing on the product innovation, aesthetics, and user experience. And we all agree with it. However, the Google's quality planning involves rigorous testing and iteration. That is, again and again, they are testing, they are implementing new things, new tech, and then they come up with a new thing, particularly in software development to ensure that the products are bug-free and user-friendly. Effectiveness of the both, that is the quality planning of the both organization. Both companies demonstrate effectiveness in quality planning. With Apple excelling in product design and innovation, that is, it is the specification of the Apple, while Google emphasizes robust testing and iterative development. Iterative development, basically. Then we have quality control. Apple implements strict quality control measures throughout supply chain. That is, wherever there has, its franchises are, they have a good quality control over it. And manufacturing processes to maintain product consistency and reliability because they are known for it. Google employs quality control mechanism in software development, that is the whole IT hub, including automated testing, code reviews, and quality assurance teams to identify and rectify defects. That is checking again and again to see whether they encounter with any bug or not. Effectiveness, both companies demonstrate effective quality control practices within the Apple, ensuring hardware reliability and consistency, while the Google focuses on the software quality and stability. Both company has a difference and they're working on each and every those things in which they can excel. Then we have continuous quality improvement. Apple and Google both prioritize continuous improvement to enhance product quality and consumer satisfaction because their ultimate goal is they want to produce a good quality product, plus they want to satisfy the consumers. Apple regularly collects user feedback and conducts usability studies to identify areas for improvement in this product and services. That is, only Apple is the one organization who is relying on the feedback from the consumers, and when they get the feedback, they work on it. However, the Google leverages data analytics and user feedback to iteratively enhance its software products and services, implementing regular updates and feature enhancement. The one which we use, the Samsung, Infinix, LG, Huawei, and I don't know how many phones are there and so many companies. Do have the updates all the time, system updates. Effectiveness. Both companies demonstrate effectiveness in continuous quality improvement, with Apple refining product designs and features based on the user feedback. However, the Google irritating software products to address user needs and preferences. What we say, what we like, what we want, they produce accordingly. Then we have self-assessment. Apple conducts internal audits, that is check and balance internally of an organization again and again, and quality assessments to evaluate, that is working on their strengths and weaknesses, its adherence to quality standards, and identify areas for improvement, that is lags. Quality, Google utilizes performance metrics, that is KPI indexes, metrics, and key performance indicators to both to assess the quality of its products and services, benchmarking against industry standards because they want to be the best one. That is what they think. Effectiveness. Both companies effectively use self-assessment mechanism to monitor and improve quality, with Apple focusing on internal audits and process improvements, while Google relies on data-driven metrics and benchmark. So both are working separately, and they are having their individual, you can say, quality check and balance through which they are doing their self-assessment as an organization. Communication channels. Both Apple and Google maintain open communication channel, that is give and take, feedback, two-way communication with the consumers, employees, and stakeholders. That is, they're having an open communication with the consumers, with the working employees, and the board of directors too, to get the feedback and address quality-related issues. Apple utilizes consumer support channels, online forums, social media platforms to interact with the consumers and address product concerns. Now, these are the specialty of the Apple through which they do the open communication with the consumer. However, Google employs feedback mechanism within the software product, such as bug reporting tool and user forums to collect user input and prioritize feature requests. Again, everything is related to the tech here in your phones. Effectiveness. Both companies demonstrate effective use of communication channels to facilitate dialogue with its stakeholders and gather insights for quality improvement initiatives, because the ultimate goal is to increase the quality. That is why. Then we have the macro issues of theory and prescription. Macro issues of theory and prescription, that is the big issues. Apple and Google align their quality management approaches with industry best practices, that is the benchmark, and quality management theories, which we read right now, such as Deming principles and ISO standards. ISO standards are the international standards of the organization internationally, which has to be accepted by each and every organization, whether it's an SME or an MNC. Both companies emphasize the importance of leadership commitment, that is both Google and Apple. They are committing to it. Employee empowerment, that is they are giving importance to employee at all levels, and consumer focus on achieving quality excellence and giving the importance to consumer too. Effectiveness. Both companies effectively integrate quality management theories and prescriptions into the organizational practices, driving continuous improvement and innovation. Because they're taking the feedback from each and every entity, whether they're employees, stakeholders, or the consumer. That is why they are improving themselves and producing new products, new apps again and again. Overall, both Apple and Google demonstrate strong commitments to quality management, albeit with the different emphases and strategies tailored to their respective products and services. While Apple excels in hardware design and user experience, Google focuses on the software quality and iterative development. This is the difference, okay? However, this is the drawback. Both companies prioritize, this is the best example for you people, that how you do the conclusion. However, both companies prioritize consumer satisfaction, It is their ultimate goal. Innovation, they want to be unique. They want to produce something USP in the market, unique selling point, and continuous improvement. They are improving themselves. That is why they are ahead as core pillars of their quality management strategies. That is ultimate goal for them. That's it. We are done with 2 assessment criteria. Any questions?
No, ma'am, everything is clear.